Hi everyone, my name is Ashley. My husband's name is Luis, and I have a 3-month-old son. His name is Angel. I have been wanting to make this video for a really long time. I actually recorded this video when I was pregnant with my son, and then I don't even know how, but it got deleted, and I was just like, you know what, maybe it's meant to be to not, share my story. Maybe this won't really touch anybody, or, A, B, or C. So here I am again, starting this video all over. So I just wanted to talk about infertility and my 2 miscarriages before my son and what I did differently to conceive my son. So first, I just want to say, if you are going through infertility, there is hope. Like, I went to the lowest of lows and I thought that I would never get pregnant and keep my child. I thought that I was always gonna miscarry. I never thought that I would ever have a baby. So the first thing I want to say is that I have always said I want to become a mom. Like, that's just what I'm really passionate about. So when I got pregnant for the first time, I was so ecstatic. Like, I was so happy. I was like, oh my, I remember I came back from my trip to Puerto Rico with my friends and my husband, and about 3 weeks later, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm pregnant. Like, this is like what I've been dreaming of. Like, I'm so excited. And I remember I told almost everybody, which was a mistake on my part. It can be good because sometimes you want that support of your baby. People will, already know that you were pregnant, and they can, give you advice and, just shower you in love because they feel bad, and sometimes you might need that. But for my case, I told everybody, all my coworkers, I told all my family, and I remember I got my HCG levels back and they were at like a 94, 84. I didn't know what that meant. I was just happy that it was up from 4 or 5. So I was like, oh yay, I'm pregnant. And I remember my coworker said, those numbers are really low. And I was just kind of like, okay, like, what does that mean? I don't know what low HCG numbers are. So I Googled it and I was like, oh my God, like, I seen just like low HCG levels could mean the pregnancy isn't viable and this and this and that. So I just got, kind of nervous, and I went out and I bought like 50 million tests. And I'm not lying, from the day that I found out I was pregnant, or the day that I got my HCG levels, all the way up until the day that I miscarried, I took a pregnancy test, multiple pregnancy tests every single day, just because I wanted to know for myself. I mean, I just read a lot of things on Google saying how if your line on your pregnancy test starts to fade away, that means that you're losing the baby. I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't work or that that's not true, because for my case, it was true. Every day, the line was really dark, and then every day it slowly faded away. And that was so heartbreaking. It's sad. And yeah, so with my first child, I miscarried him or her at around 5.5 to 6 weeks pregnant. And I, like I said, I was devastated. It was really sad for me, just because, I wanted a baby so bad, and then I ended up losing the baby that I made. So, or that my husband and I made. So it was sad. So then the second time that I got pregnant, it was probably 3 or 4 months later that I got pregnant again for the second time. With that one, it was a little bit longer that I was pregnant for. I was probably pregnant with that one, with that baby, for about 7 weeks, I believe. And I did the same thing that I did the first time. I tested, watched the line fade away. And it was even more sad than the first time, because then I'm thinking in my head, there's something wrong with me and I'm not going to be able to have babies. Like, how is it that I just miscarried my baby again? Like, this is just insane. Like, it didn't seem real. And I remember that looking on Instagram and scrolling and seeing, you know, people like that I went to school with post that they were pregnant, or people who were pregnant already with their babies, and I would just bawl my eyes out, like just cry and say, you know, why is it that I'm losing my babies? Like, I don't understand. Like, why can't I just be a mom like I've wanted to be? So yeah, so I just remember just being really sad, Googling a lot and seeing that, you know, there might be something wrong with me, and I didn't think I could get pregnant. So after that, I got into these mom groups that were like trying to conceive mom groups, and or wanting, some of them were mothers that were trying to conceive like their second child or their third child, and some were like me who hasn't conceived any and they're still trying to conceive. So I went into those groups and I took almost all of their advice. I remember this one mom told me to try pre-seed, and she said that it helped her with her first baby. So I was like, okay, you know, let me try pre-seed. And for those of you who don't know, pre-seed is basically a lube that helps the sperm reach the egg like safer, I guess, in a way. And it's like has to do with like your cervical mucus and all this kind of stuff. So I tried pre-seed the first, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. After my last miscarriage, I did not get pregnant again with Angel until about 7 or 8 months later. So I was a whole year of trying to conceive, and I tried the pre-seed, and that same month that I tried the pre-seed, I got pregnant, and with Angel, I got pregnant with him. And I swore by the pre-seed. I was like, you know what, this is how I got pregnant. And also I do pray, and I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed once I got pregnant, before I got pregnant, that I would just not lose him. And, you know, I remember being like, I wasn't as happy, which is, believe it or not, I was not as happy. I was more scared. Like, is this gonna happen again? Like, I didn't want to get my hopes up. Like, okay, I'm pregnant again, but I could very much lose this baby, just like I've been losing my last two. And just like that long, I also was trying to conceive for a lot longer. Like, I wasn't getting pregnant, and I thought that I was not going to be able to get pregnant again. So when I did get pregnant, I didn't want to get my hopes up. It's sad that you have to say that, you know, it's sad that you have to say, oh, I can't get my hopes up because I might lose my child again. So or I might miscarry again. So I did schedule an appointment with my OB like immediately, which is something that I didn't do my last two pregnancies. My last two pregnancies, I kind of waited itself. I waited and saw like what was gonna happen, kind of thing. I don't know. I didn't do it immediately. So I called my OB immediately and I told her, I'm pregnant again. I keep miscarrying. Is there any way that I can come in and we can like test me? So she said, yes, you know, you can come in and we can test you. So they tested me, and my HCG levels were extremely high. She was very confident. She prescribed me progesterone. She did not check my progesterone levels or anything. She just said that it would help me. She thought that might be what it was, because she at this point she was telling me she didn't know why I was miscarrying babies, and it was unexplained. So, and she never tested like my levels or anything like that. She literally just gave me the progesterone and said, take this until your second trimester. So I took it every single day. I took that. I did not miss a single pill. And after my second trimester, like going a little bit into like the middle of it, I still kept taking it, even though she told me I could stop it. But it was just like something that it was like, no, I don't want to stop it because I'm pregnant and I'm keeping the baby and I went this far, I don't want to stop it. So I finished the bottle or whatever, and then I just, you know, prayed and prayed and prayed over my son that I wouldn't lose him, and that I would stay pregnant and, you know, become a mom like I've always wanted. And yeah, so if you're struggling with infertility, I highly recommend pre-seed if you haven't already. I recommend also maybe progesterone. A lot of people were kind of against me getting progesterone without my levels being checked, but it worked for me, and when I do get pregnant again, I am gonna take that again. So those are the two things that helped me. Also, I was working at a kind of stressful job that involved me being on my feet a lot. My first 2 miscarriages, and for my 3rd pregnancy, I was actually working at a very low stress job, and it wasn't requiring me to move around a lot. So I don't know if that also played a factor in it. It could be, because my mom had 5 miscarriages before she had me, and one thing they told her was bed rest, and she did not get up from that bed, and here I am. So I think that that might have also played a factor in it. I'm not saying to quit your jobs and go to like a low stress job. Just, you know, when you have time to relax, just relax, you know, let your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever help around the house while you relax. So yeah, those 2 things are what I would recommend for anybody trying to conceive. I've had a lot of people ask me how you got pregnant after 2 miscarriages. A lot of people are struggling with infertility, a lot of people, and it's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's a horrible journey it's a horrible, but there is a rainbow at the end of this horrible journey of trying to conceive. All the tears, all the money wasted, not wasted, but all the money gone. Like it's pretty sad. So like I said, there's hope at the end. Keep pushing through, you know, keep praying if you believe in God. If you don't, you know, do whatever it is that you believe. And I wish you guys the best. I wish you a very strong and healthy 9 months of pregnancy and a beautiful baby at the end. And yeah, so this has taken so much out of me to do, but this is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. But I was just nervous. I didn't know how to start it. I didn't know if it would even, you know, reach anybody or speak to anybody, but I feel that this is important. And if you have any questions, or if you need any advice, or if you need just someone to talk to, I'm here. You can, you know, DM me. I'll put my Instagram in the bio, or in the bio. I'll put my Instagram in the description or whatever. I'm gonna have this video start my YouTube channel. I am gonna be posting just baby content pretty much. I am a first-time mom, and I am a stay-at-home mom as well. So I'll be doing a lot of these, you know, videos of the baby and, you know, my daily life with my son. So yeah, my little man just woke up. Bubba, why are you making your face? So that concludes my video. If you can hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Say bye, puppy.